It's crazy. I mean, I called it at the start. I ended up looking a bit silly because I said, you know, Lion Blaze defense might be the best in NA, but I don't think it's going to be enough to hold AJ at bay. And yeah, you totally proved me wrong, proved all the doubters wrong. But listen, guys, enough talk about that. Let's get into today's first quarterfinal match. It's Joreuz against FairJame. Can you believe it? This is a quarter-final match.
Hey Johnny, I haven't really heard much about either of these players. Could you give me like a little bit of background, or like, you know, do they play much ones? Have they had any success up until now?
I love the thought that there's at least one extremely triggered viewer right now thinking, how do you not know FairJame? Of course, the GOAT, the greatest 1v1 player of all time, versus Joreuz, who might be the best 1v1 player at the moment. It's a repeat of the Fusion 1v1 grand final. I called that the greatest of all time versus the greatest of the moment. It was Khaled at that point, but now with Joreuz kind of taking Khaled's throne, at least for the time being. He's back to do it all over again. He's just here to beat another of the best players at the moment. Can he do it in a BO7? I don't know, but he's off to a good start.
This is my first time watching him play, and he's really good, man. That was a great shot.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Very big. I think he's got a bright future in this game. I think he can become a pretty good player.
Somebody should pick him up like an org.
Yeah. Where's he from? Does anybody know? Oh, Joreuz has one reset too. Whoa! And FairJame saves it. Maybe he has been paying attention to the Lion Blaze recently. You know what? You know, jokes aside, if FairJame actually just beats Joreuz today in the quarterfinal, how crazy would that be? He's already proven that he's the greatest 1v1 player to ever play the game by beating Khaled in Fusion. The longevity of FairJame's competitiveness is second to none. But if he can now come and beat the Salt Mine 2 champion as well, like what on earth? What on earth? How? How is that even possible?
He looks really composed. That was a great shot by Joreuz, and FairJame's line back is a little bit rough in this position, but yeah, he looks really composed right now, very calm and ready to play. I saw that he was scrimming with Alpha 54 before this.
Really?
Yeah, on his stream. So I tuned in, I said, who's this unknown player? I should check this out. And then it turns out his teammate is also pretty good.
Who was winning the scrims out of interest? Because I know Alpha 54, he's not that interested in playing competitive 1v1 right now because he's still too tilted about losing. I think it was to who did Alpha lose to actually in the first Salt Mine 2 qualifier? Oh, is that it? It is going to be, surely. Very big cheeky bump actually after that. First hit. Alpha, did he lose to Khaled? No, he lost to Joreuz. I'm pretty sure he lost to Joreuz in the first Salt Mine 2 qual. And that he's still tilted from that, so he's not playing competitive ones. But yeah, he's a monster as well.
I mean, if you're gonna try to find people that play like Joreuz to practice against, it's a pretty short list, and Alpha 54 is gonna be on that pretty short list.
True,
At least somebody with the ability to mechanically emulate your abilities. But yeah, Fairy's just looking really solid. You gotta wonder how much of like Joreuz getting really hot and flip-flopping around and wave dashing every which way all the time and triple, quadruple flip resets, how much of that depends on the other player sort of buying into that, if you know what I mean, like playing him on his own game.
True. I'm excited to see how this one develops. You know, the finishing match of the group stage for FairJame does give me a lot of hope for him in this matchup, because he got to play against Ahmad from SRG, and you know, you're just mentioning the short list of players who can play like Joreuz. I think Ahmad is one of them. He's one of those guys who can make ridiculous solo plays in Rocket League. He can, you know, 1v2, 1v3 teams. So when you put him in a 1v1, I mean, of course he can get these goals past just about anyone. But FairJame's defense was pretty successful against him, and he managed to take the series 4-1, not just by, you know, goal line defense, but also by playing really, really confidently in offense. He was just brutally fast. I think he can actually be competitive here.
Yeah, this is a great fadeaway 50-50 here by Joreuz. Fairy buys right into it, hits the ball into Joreuz, and he maintains possessions for the quick goal. Now they're all tied up, 3-3. It's looking like a chess match. You know, you were just watching the Queen's Gambit earlier today.
I was,
yeah. Looking very
episode.
chess-like right
now.
Oh, he missed it! That is weird! That doesn't happen!
It doesn't happen very often. Joreuz is missing a rebound. You know, that's maybe once a month. So there it is.
Do you think he fell asleep? Do you think, you know,
it was so boring.
He's so boring that he bored himself to death and he just fell asleep while he was on his way to that goal?
Yeah, see, Joreuz in the qualification for this tournament through the group stage, he had the full Dutch group. He had Osselon, he had Tho in his group, and at the time that Joreuz was having a great time. He was enjoying himself. He's thinking, wow, I'm playing really well. I'm playing some good Rocket League. But then he went back to watch the match that he played against Tho on Tho's stream, and that's when he found out that Tho had called him boring to play against. And it was such a blow to Joreuz's confidence that I still think he's reeling from it right now. He's, you know, every time he goes off the wall for an aerial play, he's thinking, am I boring? Am I being boring, right? Is this boring? And
I'm pretty fun. People like me.
So yeah, I think Tho has really gotten inside his head. He's done Fairy Peak a favor, and the rest of the Rocket League scene as well. Joreuz is doubting himself right now, surely, in the aftermath of Tho's brutal insult. Just for the record, I believe at the moment that Tho called Joreuz boring, it was after a flip reset rebound goal or something to that effect. So
he was doing nothing boring. I was casting that game. It was the most insane ones display we've ever seen. It was basically like one of those moments where you're like, yep, the meta's changed. Everything is different. AI is going to win everything from now on. That's what it felt like.
Oh, he's playing like an AI right now. He's really downloaded Fairy Peak in the last minute or so. Fairy Peak was up 3-1. Now look at Joreuz just dissecting him by 3. But one kickoff going strongly in Fairy Peak's favor could swing this back into an even position.
Yeah, see how Fairy does take these kickoffs, what his strategy is. Looks like Joreuz is going for a late kickoff there, which is a good strategy when you have a couple goals to work with, because a positive result like this is really nice for the momentum.
Yeah, I love that, you know, saving of the wave dash as well. He wants to make sure that he's got the fast recovery on that play, so he has more of a chance of turning it into an extended play, because even if Fairy Peak comes out with a possession or 100 boost and a possession, at least, you know, if Joreuz has that wave dash after the kickoff, he can.
Oh my goodness, what a flick.
That's crazy acceleration again. It's what we've come to expect from Joreuz. You know, he talks a bit about him this game. He's clearly going to win this one now. He's got Fairy Peak completely out of position here. But overall, Fairy Peak didn't play at the same pace that I saw from him against Ahmad in qualifying out of his group. And that might be something that we see him go for in a later game. Just a very quick comment as well, guys. Sorry about the occasional screen freezes. I have no idea why that is happening. We've got, like, we saw one right there. It is happening in my Rocket League client. It's not a stream thing. I'm seeing that as well. I'm not sure why, because I'm pretty sure my video settings are all pretty low. So yeah, apologies for that. I've turned off all the programs that I can. We're in full screen. These are pretty much the lowest graphic settings that I ever want to stream with. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. Not much I could do about it. One PC setup, yes, but it is the same PC that I've always had for streaming, so I haven't changed anything. But yeah, just to be aware, I am aware of that, guys. And yeah, not much we could do about it right now.
Well, good first game one. Fairy came out looking confident and solid, consistent in his position, and Joreuz only pulled away really at the end, which does tend to happen in ones. So
yeah,
you know, I don't think it's necessarily a match-defining result, but it'll be good to see what happens early in this next game to see how Fairy responds.
Indeed, it is. You know, it's a key game for sure. I do think that you know, Joreuz probably has more comeback potential in this matchup than Fairy does. And that's pretty crazy to say, but It's Joreuz. He might be the best in the world right now. Look at this, just.
Would you stop? I'm getting so bored, Joreuz.
Oh my goodness, Fairy Peak with the bounce dribble as well. This is some fast-paced offense from him. That's what I want to be seeing from Fairy, really. Didn't give Joreuz any time to grab boost, and sticks the ball in the top corner as well. Beautiful offense by both players.
Ruthless and efficient. That's what we need to see from Fairy Peak. You know, he's never going to do his, the flashy plays that Joreuz does, but he will be ruthlessly efficient like that. Oh, no! Oh! Unfortunate. Will he get back in time? He will not.
Oh, it's incredibly unfortunate. Fairy Peak just has to, brush that one off his shoulder, get back into the next play, because obviously that was a bit of a misplay for him. I think the score should be updated, guys. It sometimes takes sometimes there's a bit of a delay there. Apologies for that. Joreuz has his flip, and Fairy Peak's trying to wait and see which way he's going to go with it. But he still can't get the save. Joreuz too accurate.
My, oh my. Hopefully next match we get some entertainment.
I really did enjoy it. I think, it was in your channel. It was twitch.tv/SmellsWorthless that you guys can watch the cast of Joreuz versus Tho. Absolutely hilarious stuff. Yourself, Smellsworth, and Marky Duda. I would really recommend that all of you guys go and check that one out on VOD. Are you going to be uploading those matches to your YouTube channel?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So yeah, head over to Smellsworth YouTube channel as well. You can see that match and all the other group stage matches that were casted over there. There was Dead Monster in that group, Joreuz, Tho, and Ossalon.
The Dutch Death Match, Group D.
The group of Dutch and Dead.
Fairy Peak. What did I say? Ruthless and efficient. This is what we like to see out of him. Do you think, is Fairy Peak technically a boomer? Is he like a Rocket League boomer?
Yeah. Well, as far as Rocket League players go, he is as boomer as you get. I mean, the average age of a Rocket League pro has to be 17 or 18 maybe these days. How old is Fairy Peak, chat? Do you guys know? He's got to be at least 22 maybe.
56 or something. In gamer years.
Everybody's saying 22, okay, or 23.
Nice.
In the percentage, he's probably like top 1 or 2% oldest Rocket League pros. But I've got to say, not just in 1v1, even in 3v3 as well, I've been so impressed with his mechanical ability recently. You can tell that he's still fully motivated to keep grinding, to keep improving. And although Vitality have been second best at BDS recently, it's not because of Fairy Peak's mechanical ability. He's been on form. I've loved what I've seen from him. Joreuz dunks in this goal after the reset. You gotta feel pretty bad for Fairy Peak there, because he had the first save.
Boreas does it again.
Boreas. Oh no. Boring dog. That's actually the best.
I can't believe we hadn't done that until now. I mean, how did that escape us for so long?
Boreas.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. I literally woke up last night, like in the middle of the night after our casting, and I thought to myself, I was like, why didn't we call Joreuz Boreas yet? And so I was waiting to say it today.
Oh, I love that. You're just, sound asleep. You're in the middle of the night. You're like waking up to, go to the bathroom or to get a glass of water or something. You're like, no, you're actually just waking up to be like, wait, why have we not called the Joreuz?
I'm waking up and I'm like, oh, not another flip reset. I'm having PTSD from taking the goalie view.
You're like, oh, not another boring goal from Joreuz. It's going to put us to sleep over here with his offensive repertoire.
What do you do if you are Fairy Peak in those situations?
Just another boring top corner flick. I love Twitch chat's comments right now. You guys are hilarious. I also know that, just like earlier on when you were questioning who Fairy Peak is, there's going to be somebody tuning in like, these shots aren't boring. They're going to be so mad. They're going to be so upset that we're calling Joreuz boring.
Snorias, that's another good one.
Oh, wow. Snorias might even be a bit better. Well, it definitely rhymes better with Joreuz. Oh! What a boring shot.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Can he please hit the ball a bit more slowly so I can appreciate it for once? Not giving us any time to appreciate these shots. Just 124. Oh. Come on, Joreuz. Snoreuz. Slow it down.
I just now figured out that he scored. My boomer reaction times cannot keep up with the speed of this ball.
Glorious. That's a little bit too positive for my liking.
Yeah.
Oh! That's right, Joreuz.
Fairy Peak needed. He's gonna go. Maybe he needs to go with the Lion Blaze model. Maybe that's the Fairy Peak strategy for today.
It might be. Yeah. Well, like I said yesterday with Lion Blaze AJ, if Fairy Peak can deny Joreuz goals, I will be so impressed. I don't think it's possible, but if anyone could do it, it would be Fairy Peak.
Oh no. Pain.
Oh.
Pain.
One of Joreuz's more exciting goals, I would say.
Yeah, finally.
It's about time. Put in a banger after all these snore shots.
Joreuz maintaining the 1-goal lead here, and that is looking painful again, but he might be able to get this through. He's done it!
Wow. You just cannot keep Fairy Peak back for long enough. Joreuz tried. He was trying to deny him one more time. Not gonna happen. Fairy Peak will have his goals.
Fairy Peak trying to keep this match entertaining with these healthy ground shots.
Yeah, what a goal by Fairy. What a savant. One Moreuz.
One Moreuz.
There it is. You're right. I missed who said that in the chat. It's moved. Sorry. One Moreuz.
You did great, whoever you were.
Yeah, it was a very good comment. So wait, Fahad is 2-0. Who's Fahad playing? I've forgotten what the other side of the bracket is. I've been so overwhelmed with the prospect of Fairy Peak versus Joreuz and Khaled apparently Jack that I've forgotten. Zamway, oh my goodness. Is Fahad the new Khaled? Is he gonna be the one to make it all the way? Oh, what a shot! Fairy Peak, oh! Off the inside of the post somehow, I don't believe it. I thought he had him. He might still.
Nice 50.
Joreuz's recoveries though. I don't think his shots are anywhere near as exciting as his recoveries are.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's nothing exciting about his shots, Johnny.
We're about to get, we're being blocked by Tho on Twitter as we speak. All of you, everyone who are making jokes about Tho's assessment of Joreuz's gameplay, you're all getting blocked on Twitter. He's searching you all.
That is legitimately depressing, though. I might have to get a Twitter alt because Tho continues to say the darndest things.
Oh, true. I mean, if I was blocked by Tho, I would be disappointed. I would have to get a second account to read his hilarious tweets. Who else does he think is boring? I need to put together a list of players I should watch.
Who's ever beating him in 1v1, I think, is whoever makes that list.
It's quite the list then.
Yes.
I'm just kidding, guys. Calm down. I'm just kidding. Tho is probably top 2 NL. No, top 3. I forgot about Jesse. We're going to overtime here unless somebody does something. Oh, Fairy Peak scores these. Oh, apparently not this time. I was so used to seeing Fairy Peak just slapping in those wall shots that I just assumed that was going to be the game. Into OT we go. Joreuz looking for the 2-0 lead, just like Fahad has on the Gold Rush stream.
Very sort of driving forward into no man's land there. I got a little bit worried about it, but he survives the offensive snooze fest, and now has a nice bounce dribble going.
You know, it might be just one of those moments where Fairy is trying to do something that kind of looks silly. It looks like bad positioning just to confuse Joreuz. Joreuz with a wicked pre-jump here. Fairy goes under it.
Wait,
Joreuz is back? How is he back already? He's not going to save this anyway. Fairy Peak finds a way through. How did Joreuz get back to the goal here? I don't even understand. We didn't get to see it on the replay.
Yeah, gonna have to go back and watch that.
What?
For sure.
I was like, wow, that is just wide open. Joreuz must have landed somewhere in Beckwick Park. He flew in the wrong direction there for sure. But no, he's just in goal. The recoveries keep on coming in for him.
Whew, it is 1-1. These gentlemen are trying to save 2020 by themselves.
Hey, they might. This is a special series on paper. It's turning out to be quite the series to watch on the field as well. I was worried, a little bit that Joreuz would just be too good. Because even though Fairy Peak was incredibly impressive making it out of his group, beating Ahmad 4-1, I did worry because, Ahmad is still pretty new to competitive ones, and Fairy Peak has all the experience in the world. Joreuz, he doesn't lack experience anymore. He's got a lot of competitive experience in ones, in RLCSX as well. So, yeah, he's definitely a different beast mentally. Well played. Fairy Peak with an aerial shot rebound. 1-0.
Yeah, good patience here by Fairy Peak. You knew he had a lot of time. This is definitely a bit of an awkward one. Not the easiest in the world.
They always are, because you're under pressure. Your opponent, especially with Joreuz, he's recovering so quickly. So there's even more pressure on you to put that shot on target as quickly as you can. But Fairy Peak just gets close. He gets as close as he's comfortable with. That he can get the shot off nice and early. Joreuz with a pinch shot off target, actually. Still going to nail the possession, but this shouldn't be as scary for Fairy Peak the second time around. He's got 100 boost this time.
He is making your ground pinch predictions about ones look a whole lot more prescient. Oh no! Wow. Got a little bit thirsty there, and went for the challenge. Joreuz had plenty of control and saw it coming.
Yeah, great read. Hey, Twitch chat. Hey, wake up! I see you falling asleep there. Joreuz scored another goal. Wake up! Come on, sharp. We've got another potential 5 games here. That's better. That's better. Okay, now try to hold it together. He's done it again. I know. You guys are all resident sleeper inks. Joreuz keeps scoring, but you're gonna have to put up with it. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more where that came from.
Sweet dreams, everybody. Sweet dreams. All right. Thought Fairy Peak was going to be able to maintain possession there, and just the presence of Joreuz causing Fairy Peak to jump.
Yeah, by air rolling to the side there, he didn't even have the option of using that second jump to get up in the air. It's a bit painful. Fairy Peak having to just watch the ball float past him. But still, there's so much time left in the game, and in a competitive setting like this, Fairy Peak, he knows what he has to do to make comebacks. He knows exactly how hard to press, and he'll know that with almost 4 minutes left, there's no need to panic. Just wait for the chances to come. If it was 30 seconds left, we would see Fairy Peak ball chasing for sure. But yeah, he's just gonna keep playing his game. He's been pretty even with Joreuz so far.
Oh, he's going the early challenge route. It doesn't go in, and Fairy Peak takes control. Oh, man. If you're Fairy Peak right now, you are like, I take those.
Oh, yes.
I take those.
Take anything, to be honest. I mean, Joreuz missing the target with an aerial play is so rare in 1v1 that, yeah, you just have to take that as a gift. That is Christmas come early for Fairy Peak. He's not got the wide angle turnaround on the half flip kickoff from Joreuz. Fairy Peak deciding to go a bit slower than Dead Monster's technique. I really think everybody just needs to take a look at what Dead Monster does in that position. But Joreuz beaten to the ball. Fairy Peak, he might have had a slow turnaround on the kickoff. There is nothing slow about this guy in the midfield.
I'm awake, Johnny. This matchup is heating up.
I believe. Listen, I really believe in Fairy Peak being able to win this. Somebody in chat just now said Fairy Peak doesn't have the mechanics to keep up with Joreuz. Listen, you actually have got another thing coming. If you think that Fairy Peak is outclassed mechanically here, Fairy Peak is so deceptively quick. Go back and watch his destruction of Ahmad, and then come back and tell me if Fairy Peak's got the mechanics. He was so fast in that series. in the air, on the ground, in his challenges, with his own flicks. Ridiculous speed this guy has. And obviously, nobody doubts his positioning.
Yeah, just an incredible Rocket League player. I mean, everybody we have on the podcast, when we talk about team vitality, they're like, oh, I'd team with Fairy Peak. Oh, I'd team with Fairy Peak. Oh, I'd team with Fairy Peak.
Oh!
Never mind.
Not for his
no
openness.
No one's going to say that anymore after that. It's over.
Yeah, we do play this, game with all of our podcast guests every single week. Team Demo Ranked, we ask the podcast guests who they would like to team with, who they would like to demo, and who they would like to play ranked with out of various Rocket League teams. And 99% of the time, when we ask Team Demo Ranked Vitality, the immediate response, first answer is, oh, I would team with Fairy Peak. Top answer every time. That's a team that has alpha, a team with, that has 3-time world champion KDOP, or 4-time Champions League winner, as Jesse would say. Yeah, everybody wants to team with Fairy for a good reason.
They usually say right after, because his mechanics are so bad that I'll look good. That's usually the reason.
Just to make that one guy in Twitch chat happy. He can now sleep at night, thanks to his knowledge of that fact and his perpetual watching of Joreuz stream.
Oh, man. Did you see that? Did you see what happened here? So
I dozed off about now, so I missed it.
Joreuz, yeah, he put Fairy Peak to sleep, and he just fell asleep on his controller there. And just drove into the post.
Oh my goodness, Joreuz is actually playing with such an advantage. He as soon as he starts driving up the wall, his opponent just passes out. They're like, oh, I can't be bothered waiting to find out what Joreuz is doing, and they just drop the controller and wake up and think, wait, what happened? Oh, he scored again. This guy, man. Joreuz and his Sonoria's plays, back at it again.
5-5. I thought he got away for a second. It's just that little bit of speed you lose when you start going up the wall. You're just you become vulnerable, even if you're full boost.
Fairy Peak is playing this safely. He knows he's got Joreuz completely out of boost here. But in attempting to pressure him, he let his own boost run dry. So now the 100-100 will be the battle. Great save by Fairy. What's a series so far? I mean, I'll admit, guys, I was just a little bit worried. When this series started, I thought there was a 20% chance that Joreuz just completely annihilates Fairy. Then there's a 40% chance Fairy Peak wins, 40% chance Joreuz wins. And, the 40% would be close series. It doesn't look like it's going to be the 20% I was expecting. Just at least a little bit.
Oh, Fairy did very well in that scramble. Oh, but that one looks like it's going to make its way in.
Very close. I mean, I think he had to go here. That was probably his best chance. Just to try and make a 50-50 out of that play. He had to try. Joreuz beats him to it 6-5. Half flips on another kickoff. Fairy Peak just shoots. Now, we've seen that attempted counter quite a few times. It's never worked. I've never seen that goal, but look at the ball chase!
He did it!
That's exactly the kind of play that Fairy Peak dominated Ahmad with. He just kept on diving in, and he's so known as a calculated and smart player that nobody sees this coming.
Incredible stuff from Fairy Peak. 6-6, 40 seconds left. He's taking his time. Nice shot.
Oh, so close.
Hits the bar. This is going to hit the post. Good read from Fairy Peak. Oh, nice.
Wow.
Nice positioning to get the second boost there.
Yeah, he wants that boost steal again, I think. Not ready to commit all in, but has to give the boost away to Joreuz. It wasn't comfortable enough. Fairy Peak faking multiple wall shots here. Joreuz sees an opening to move in. Fairy Peak with a heavy touch.
What a pinch.
Dodge. Pre-flips into the setup. The shot is lackluster. Joreuz will have a chance to put Fairy Peak to sleep. Has he got the reset? It's the air dribble. It's a goal on 0 seconds. And after a whole pile of defense, Joreuz breaks free and he punishes Fairy. Takes a 2-1 lead. Smellsworth, wake up, bro. Wake up.
Oh,
Joreuz
what
scored.
happened?
He won. He won the game on 0-second goal. He took it.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well, I just was trying to get a nap in there. Sorry. It's just so boring.
Oh my goodness. Well, the series does appear to be delivering, at least in some way. Little bit of a tiredness booster there, or I guess awakeness booster is probably the better term. And to the back corner goes Fairy. He's learned his lesson. No more direct shots from the boost grab kickoff that Joreuz likes to go for sometimes.
It's starting. It's starting. Joreuz is flopping around, doing wave dashes and stuff.
Oh, did
I see
he do
it
it?
coming.
Was that the
his
moment?
confidence is building.
I mean, that's what happens. When he's put his opponent to sleep a few times, he starts to gain confidence. It's almost as if they get more tired. He gains energy. So, not surprised to see that.
Don't worry, guys. The series score will update. Just takes a second. Voila.
There we go. It's updated. So Fairy Peak never one to be too tilted by a game loss or even a series loss. Fairy Peak always the wholesome and intelligent player. I mean, really, these days, the number one strategy to beat Boreas here would be just to use Marky Duda's little techniques of face slapping. You know, just if you slap yourself in the face every time you see Joreuz jump in the air, that's going to counter his boring plays.
That's what I'll do. Next aerial. It's a technique I use a lot in casting, to be honest.
Yeah, every time Joreuz is playing,
we cover, well, every time Joreuz gets the ball for sure. Boreas, but also when we cast NA late at night, it is a technique that gets me through.
Ooh, Fairy Peak actually trying out a really boring play of his own there.
Nope.
Usually he's much more exciting with, you know, just basic grind shots and flicks, but sometimes he tries to put his opponents to sleep as well.
Oof, that was close. Contact on the cars, but no demo. Demo does come through now. Joreuz doing a little lullaby here for Fairy Peak. Could boost steal midfield, but he is through, and that is going to be his first goal on the board.
Yeah, it looks like both players are stealing plays from each other. That was just a straight-up ball chase from Joreuz. We saw that from Fairy Peak to tie the game in the last game, or was it to lead? No, I believe it was to tie. And yeah, before that we saw Fairy Peak stealing Joreuz bore reset, I believe is what the boomers or the zoomers are calling it these days.
Sleep reset.
Oh, that's so perfect. I should have gone with that for sure. The sleep reset. Genius. All right, another open net for Fairy. He takes his time with it. 3-1. Joreuz shut down in the aerial route.
Fairy on the ceiling. Oh, so scary.
10 trick pony. 10 trick pony resident sleeper. That's amazing. I love that.
That is good. The old 10 trick pony. TTP.
Ah, TTP. Sad face.
Oh! Nice save from Joreuz.
And of course, he's right back into the play as well, as always.
Well done by Fairy. I think if he had just waited around there, Joreuz definitely would have gone up and Fairy would have been in an awkward position. Oh!
Oh, wow. I think Fairy wanted to reset a bit quicker than that one. He's hoping his car would bounce off the ceiling and come down so he could intercept this, but his car kind of just like, it just hung there. He was like, oh, no.
Magnetic, yeah.
I know, I kind of want it to be a rubber ball. It turns out I'm a chandelier, so I'm not going to make it down in time to intercept that one. Wait, Fahad is about to sweep Zamway. No way. Not only does that mean Fahad will be making his deepest run in a big ones tourney of all time. Also, we'll be behind the gold rush stream again. Oh, look at the accuracy. Joreuz wastes no time with this one. You know, he doesn't need to land multiple resets in the ball. He knows how to just go direct as well.
think Ferry found himself a little bit too close there on the curve as well. Very difficult to jump off and make a play for that ball from that position. And obviously, Joreuz is lethal.
Wow. I mean, he doesn't waste any time with the double touch as well. Fairy Peak had no chance. Joreuz is starting to pop off here. And like you said earlier, we've got to watch out for those recovery mechanics. If he starts wave dashing and spinning for absolutely no reason, then that means he's basically won the series. That confidence is, never been shut down before.
Yep, just look for constant back and forth wave dashes, moving backwards, all these different things, and you'll know it's happened.
That was a really good recovery by Ferry there. I love that. He's in such trouble with his boost total, but he still managed to keep Joreuz at bay long enough to grab 100 at mid. Oh, there it is. That's exactly what we're talking about. Just a little pirouette, although that's not completely pointless. There was an element of disguising his intentions. Oh, I don't think he's going to catch up to that. Fairy Peak ties the game. It's great to see Joreuz's confidence being in a place where he is going to do things like that with only a 1-goal lead. But at the same time, Joreuz, you've only got a 1-goal lead. You've got to be a bit more careful.
All right, 4-4. Minute 40 left on the clock. It's anybody's game still. You got to think that okay.
He's got him.
I was going to say, you got to think that the best move here for Fairy Peak is to get aggressive and try to find a couple-goal lead, and then he just evaporated.
Yeah, he disappeared. Hard to be aggressive when you can't move. Still, lots of time left, though. Fairy Peak's not going to panic, I'm sure. He's had a lot of success in this series. He's only a game down because of a 0-second goal, and that was after about 30 seconds of play where Fairy Peak had all the control. He just missed 2 wave dashes in a row there, though.
Whoa.
Good boost grab off the bump, but yeah, Fairy Peak was trying to go for an immediate shot, had to go for plan B.
Okay.
Oh!
No! It was such a perfect setup. He did so well, just couldn't get the around the ball quick enough to make that happen.
Oh, he's done it again!
again!
Joreuz, meanwhile, is just getting tripped all over the place. Fairy Peak's missing open nets, and Joreuz can't actually drive. He can't move, he's out of boost, and he keeps landing on Fairy Peak's car. Eventually, Fairy Peak gets the goal, 1 assist by Joreuz.
Man, that is jokes right there. That is 1v1 gold.
You never get these awkward positions in threes. There would always be a teammate with 100 boost charging in to just smack the ball away. Fahad sweeps Samway. Oh, wow. So Astral, Dead Monster are still on that side of the bracket. Now, the winner of Astral Dead Monster was going to be the favorite to make the final because those guys are Salt Mine 2 players, and they've both in form clearly, but Fahad sweeping Samway. Maybe he's got it today on that side of the bracket. Joreuz, I still think he's the favorite on this side of the bracket. If he can beat Fairy Peak here, which it looks like he will. He's always had a good record against Khaled. Khaled's always had a good record against Jack. Yeah, Joreuz really hoping that Khaled takes Jack out for it.
Oh, that last play, Fairy's just a little bit too close. Got crossed up, but it looks like he's going to be able to equalize here.
Yeah, Joreuz might be a bit tilted here, not because of the result, not because of the standing of this game, but just because he messed that up so badly. That was way off. He wasn't even close to landing a reset on that ball. Sometimes he starts an air dribble. The ball gets a little bit behind him and he just corrects it, no problem. Just a few air rolls and he's right back behind the ball. But that one was irrecoverable, which is so rare to see in Joreuz games. Oh my goodness, is that in? It's just in! What is going on? This game is bizarre.
Pain.
What's fast kickoff by Fairy? Was he reading a delayed kickoff from Joreuz there? He must have been. That's the only reason he would go for a fast kickoff with no dodge into the ball. Fairy Peak rolls the dice and he loses.
Gets possession off this kickoff here. He's going to have to hit a power shot. Joreuz pre-jumps it.
Oh, he got the boost as well. Bumped by Fairy. Are you kidding me? What? Fairy Peak with an unbelievable play. He had no boost. He bumps Joreuz, catches the ball, and just barely gets it over the line. What a goal to take us into OT.
This match is insane. The back and forth. Incremental points. 1-1 each player.
It's wide.
No, please. No,
It's wide.
not like this. Okay.
Oh, maybe like this, though. Not quite. Joreuz missed the tight angle. He's got a reset on the ceiling here, though. Fairy Peak's in trouble. Joreuz is just going to go for the low 50. Fairy gets a good enough challenge on it. Now the battle for the respawning boosts is about to occur. Both players actually just leave it. Into Joreuz half we go.
Both players with 100 boost. A nice flick into the middle here from Joreuz. Fairy Peak playing very close defense and very cautiously. Now Joreuz is looking to generate some offense now that he has the 100 boost. Oh no! Okay.
Reset, double touch. Joreuz sends it on. Fairy with a save. Are you kidding me? Fairy Peak, he's tied the series. Never underestimate Fairy. He might have no boost, but he's got a plan.
Oh man. That goal and our excitement fits so well in the bit. It's just a roller. It's just 3/4 the field roller. We're like, whoa!
Yeah, just somebody needs to clip that without the insane save, without the 0-second equalizer. We're just going mental for an open net, really slow goal. Oh, that's brilliant. I can't believe that, though. What a game by Fairy. He was down and out of that multiple times. 0 seconds. He doesn't win the race to the boost steal. He still gets the ball up in the air, still gets the goal, saves a flip reset play from Joreuz. It wasn't a flip reset on the ball, but he had the reset on the ceiling. Delayed the shot. I mean, this is just madness. Fairy Peak, still one of the best in the world.
There's no denying that, and he's going to take the lead in this game.
Wow. Off a mind game as well. Look at that, fakes the 50-50. Joreuz flips into the ball. And to his dismay, realizes Fairy Peak has not done likewise. 1-0 in 14 seconds.
I pulled up Fairy's stream, and after that win, he's looking very chill. just another day.
Just hanging out. Yeah, Fairy Peak's just having a good time. Oh, I love Fairy Peak. A little bit of a power slide fake challenge there.
Got really close, but
that's sneaky though.
Dodges it.
What Fairy Peak's trying to do there is fake a challenge and show Joreuz that he's, well, it's kind of a fake challenge, but you show your opponent that you're faking a challenge by turning around your car, but then you try and power slide in nice and close to the ball so you can challenge in reverse, but you realized it wasn't working. Joreuz wasn't buying it, so he decided to back off. But I like that, actually. That's a mix-up from Fairy that I don't think we've seen yet today.
I'm so impressed that he can do this and just also be streaming at the same time.
Yeah, he's just live streaming, as you do, against
Nutty.
Joreuz, the current probable best 1v1 player in the world. Fairy Peak's tied with him in a best of 7 with multiple insane comebacks while live streaming. He's probably thanking followers as well.
Yeah, he's probably thanking subs as he knocked that roller in the last overtime.
He better have got some subs for that one. You guys all go sub to Fairy Peak right now for these goals, for these games. You better all go use your Prime in Fairy Peak's chat. I know some of you have got it.
Oh, another fake!
He's done him again. Another fake 50. Joreuz is losing the mental battle.
Oh. So hard to know what to do in that situation if you're Joreuz. The ball's just rolling to you like that. Can't see Fairy behind it. Don't know if he's going to go for the, the challenge and smash the ball over top of you there. Tough position to be in.
You know, Joreuz, the community all, just think he's an insane mechanical player. But I know he himself rates himself in 1v1 IQ. And he probably thinks he has a good read on anyone whose name isn't apparently Jack. But right now, I think Joreuz has just found out that he is in fact a figment of Fairy's imagination, like we all are. Fairy Peak is thinking all of this. He's just daydreaming somewhere. and we are all a part of his dream. This game is a part of his dream. Joreuz is a part of Fairy Peak's dream. Everything that we are witnessing, Fairy Peak is just, you know, he's just chilling out, and these are just his thoughts.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not follow that at all. I don't know what to I have no idea where you were going with that. It's my bad. I started daydreaming.
Like Fairy Peak.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's Fairy Peakception.
See, what we're watching right now is obviously a Rocket League game. The real Fairy Peak is just out there somewhere, just thinking. Yeah, he's just thinking, and everything that we're witnessing right now, we're all in Fairy Peak's head. We're all in Fairy Peak's head. That's why he seems to be a level above everybody else in 1v1. It's because he is. He's not one of us.
Well, I do that.
Yeah.
We're a couple of beans.
Oh yeah, that was obvious. Yeah, you all knew that. I'm definitely leaning more towards Fairy Peak now, though, because we've seen nervous moments from Joreuz in the past in 1v1 for sure. And this is probably I think that, you know, losing the lead there, having the series tied on him, and then getting a couple of mind game goals against him, that's got to be, you know, quite damaging to his confidence. Fairy Peak's still in the boost here.
Great boost grab. Now Joreuz is out on an island here. Did he make it? Yes, he did. Okay. Thought it was post for a second. Nicely done by Fairy Peak.
Serious effects for all the face paint fumes. Listen, guys, I couldn't. The green face paint was really hard to get off. I had to wash my face like 4 or 5 times.
Oh, my eyes still hurt from washing out my face paint near my eyes.
It was a nightmare. I could not get rid of this. Yeah, I hope you guys appreciate the pain. I mean, by the end of last night's stream, my eyes were bright red. I couldn't look at myself. I was like, I look absolutely terrifying. It started off as, you know, a bit of comedy. Now I look really scary. I'm not a fan. Very big fakes a reset, catches the ball. Look at that, threatening a low shot instead. Joreuz reads it, but struggling to get many wins in this matchup. Fairy Peak seems to be one step ahead of him.
I don't know why Joreuz didn't just do a flip reset off of Fairy Peak's car like AJ did yesterday, but this game is looking like Fairy Peak, or that, well, you know, whatever that whole thing you said about us all being figments of his imagination. This is starting to look,
I'm telling you,
starting to look real. I'll just pretend I understand where you're going with it and say, yeah.
I've casted dozens of, maybe even hundreds of Fairy Peak games by this point. It took me this long to realize that we are all just figments of his imagination. And, you know, on occasion he decides to reveal this to us, the figments that we are. But it's a lot to comprehend. You know, I've just told you guys for the first time right now, I don't expect it to sink in for a while, but, you know, just contemplate on that while Fairy Peak continues to dismantle Joreuz in Game 5. This is madness. Is Fairy Peak actually about to eliminate Joreuz? The tournament favorite, the Salt Mine 2 champion? This is just unprecedented.
Scoreline's 2-2, right?
Yeah,
2-2, so he needs 2 more wins to win the match.
Indeed, well, it's heading towards 1 at this point, but I'm smelling a Game 7. I don't know about you guys. It just feels like a series that's destined to end in Game 7. And probably be a close ride all the way. Right now, though, Fairy Peak is just perfectly reading Joreuz. All his movements, it's almost as if they're predetermined or thought of.
Yeah, it's looking like what you said. Like he just knows exactly what he's going for. That could be because he's a bit thirsty right now because he's down by 5 goals and sort of has to be.
Yeah.
But also I think Joreuz has enough experience now that like this is not going to necessarily throw him off. Oh, Fairy Peak almost squeezing that extremely boring goal into the net.
Calling like, you know, ceiling shots, flip reset plays, basically any exciting play in 1v1 a boring goal has to be the best meme of the year. I love this. This should never get old. Surely this game is over though. Fairy Peak just needs to solidify on the face-offs. Joreuz is coming out again here. Might have a 4th goal. He does. Okay, we might have a game just yet.
Yeah, this is close enough. This is close enough. Joreuz is going to feel like it's within reach. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. All he needs is possession on a couple of kickoffs here, and it is doable. That's more than a possession. This is a real chance here. FairJame has to sacrifice 100 boosts in the play. Huge clear coming in, though. That's time wasted that Joreuz does not have to waste. FairJame's in a ball chase to waste even more time. He doesn't really care if he concedes here. Just keeping the ball away from the goal for as long as possible.
And that looks like it's going to do it. He's going to put one more on the board. 4-goal lead, 9 seconds left. I believe.
Where's the guy who said that FairJame can't hang with Joreuz mechanically? Where is he right now? Expose yourself. What do you think?
Dropping sub donations on FairJame's channel.
Yeah, he better be Twitch Prime subbing in FairJame's channel right now. It's FairJame, you know, a lot of people are probably wondering, why is Joreuz not playing for his more aerial style that we usually see from him? And I'll tell you why. It's because FairJame's aerial defense in 1v1 is terrifying. He has got a great read on Joreuz. You know, the few times that we have seen Joreuz make aerial plays, and even when Joreuz makes a really, really sick aerial play and gets a goal out of it, FairJame's always close. He's always in the area. It's not like Joreuz is just easily scoring. Obviously, if Joreuz started off this game with just a blistering aerial play and FairJame was nowhere near it, then we'd see more of that from Joreuz, but hasn't been the case. FairJame, every time, just he's showing Joreuz that he can hang with him in the air.
Oop, a little bit of violence, some pushing and shoving here from FairJame. Has to back off slightly, but does have 100 boost now. What does Joreuz have? Oof. His ball control and landing and cuts off of those are just scary.
Yeah, he's got the moves, Joreuz. He will probably focus in on the ground plays here, because this is going to give him more of a safe style of offense. Doesn't want to give any counterattacks to FairJame. Beautiful 50-50 there. Joreuz getting a solid impact on the ball while half flipping away from it so he can recover even faster. Yeah, like I said before, I still think we're going to Game 7 here. Joreuz needs to try and get as much momentum in this game as possible, though. You know, a crushing win would be ideal.
FairJame continues to eke out these economical goals with the slow rollers. That's got to be a bit frustrating in its own right, honestly.
For Joreuz,
yeah, if you're scoring all of these like insanely intricate, delicate touches.
Boring goals, yeah.
Yep.
And your opponent's just scoring exciting slow rollers constantly. It's demoralizing, you know. So they all count for one. This is not basketball. We don't have the different, you know, scores for different areas, different types of shots. If we did, though, then you can bet that slow rollers would be worth 2 points.
Patience and discipline there on the goal line by FairJame.
Great dodge.
He knew that Joreuz was going to try to get a touch, knock it back in. Ooh!
FairJame trying to nab the boost on the tightest turn there. Did end up missing it, but look at the confidence FairJame has turning around and jumping up in the air for that ball. These are the moments that Joreuz is realizing that FairJame will battle him in the air. He gets one past him, though. So Joreuz wins this duel. But it's another reminder, FairJame is, look how close he was to, you know, matching Joreuz for speed there, even though Joreuz has a boost advantage. I can tell you for a fact, Joreuz will not feel like a heavy favorite in the air like he often does in 1v1.
Nice defense here by FairJame. Joreuz accelerates the ball quickly there. The nice air roll shot catches FairJame off guard, and just generally speaking, without boost.
Yeah, FairJame. The only tell that Joreuz had to play off there was that FairJame slowed down just briefly. You know, FairJame was kind of between two minds there. Will he go back to his goal line and try and react to the shot, or will he pretend that he's doing that, then turn around and rush challenge it? Oh, Joreuz has let this one through. I thought you would get something on this. FairJame's flick just too fast.
Woo!
I think
Great
Joreuz,
placement, great angle there too.
yeah, Joreuz might have messed up there though. He leaned so far back and there was really no need to do that. I believe just jumping a bit earlier would have got the job done. And he'll have to suffer the consequences now. 1 goal lead is all he's got. And it might be about to be 0. Fairy Peak, has he got this? He has! Joreuz very close to saving it. But he rolled a bit too high on the 50-50 prior.
Incredible 50-50 there by Fairy Peak, and for a second there, I definitely had belief that Joreuz was actually going to save that, which is mind-boggling how he even got back in time to challenge that ball from going into the net.
It is crazy.
Fairy Peak is just looking so solid right now.
Yeah, it's insane. The confidence is just oozing from every play that he goes for, whether it's a challenge or a mind game or a shot. Fairy Peak is confidence personified.
Woo! Joreuz realizing his impending doom, backflips in the air, and it's just like, okay, you got me.
Yep, you didn't shoot when I thought you were going to. Oopsie daisy. This is, again, just so crazy. Fairy Peak about to eliminate Joreuz from the gold mine in the quarterfinals. I expected this to be a repeat of Salt Mine 2. It's looking like it's going to be a repeat of Fusion, with Joreuz only making top 8. But, you know, Fairy Peak deserves this right now. He's been on another level.
I could watch this all night.
Yeah, can we actually message Gold Rush? Can we make this the best of 77, please? Is that possible? We'll just like, we could trade in the casters. You know, we'll take a break when we get too tired from Joreuz boring plays, when it all becomes too much and we actually do fall into deep sleep, like you know, full-on sleep cycle. Then we can get some new casters to come in. But I think you guys together with us, we can make it through the night, and we'll wake up again in the morning. Fairy Peak and Joreuz will still be an eternal battle. And nobody will complain.
That's the timeline we're here for.
Yeah, just let Psyonix know we have to cancel the winter split. Method of Rocket League is taking a new turn. It's now Fairy Peak versus Joreuz. that is it.
That's the
Give
scene.
them all the money. It's for the best, everybody. Trust me. This is how Rocket League goes to the next level. Fairy Peak 6-4. He is
scrappy movement here from Fairy Peak.
It's just
Wave
so
dash
smart.
landing and flicking it in.
The perfect spacement, really, or spacing. He just keeps Joreuz away from the ball. Joreuz is in trouble. I can't believe it. We might not even get game 7.
Oh, demo from Fairy Peak. Chases in, probably just killing a little bit of time here. Does have a 2-goal lead. Oh. Every time he gets close in a dribble, it seems like Joreuz is challenging early like that. I gotta imagine Fairy's gonna start making note of that. Great bump by Joreuz.
Wait.
He's missed.
What?
He's missed. His tournament life is on the line and he's missed. That's not a good sign.
Oh, Joreuz, that was the moment. What a bump. He just annihilated Fairy Peak on the turn, but he misses the open net. I mean, if this isn't proof that Joreuz is completely shaken by the level of play that Fairy Peak is currently producing, then I don't know what is. Fairy Peak, all he has to do is keep this ball moving. Every passing second is good for Fairy Peak. Only 50 left for Joreuz to work with. He still needs 2 goals.
Wow, Fairy Peak putting up a stonewall defense here as Joreuz goes onto the wall. Fairy Peak can't get this. That was his opportunity. Doesn't get the power that I thought he would on that ball. Now he's heading back. This ball's punted down the field by Fairy Peak. Joreuz going to be forced to make some very quick plays with this ball here shortly.
This could be it. All Fairy Peak needs is to get this ball moving. He might have the game here. Joreuz is in trouble. Fairy Peak up by 3. GG's from Joreuz. No way does he leave right now. There's no way. He has to give the multiple kickoff goal play a try. But that being said, I do think he's right. I think Fairy Peak's done it.
Can you believe it, chat?
Oh, you better.
The old man without mechanics has done it.
This is absolutely ridiculous. As if we needed a reminder that Fairy Peak is the greatest 1v1 player to ever play the game. He's come out of retirement just to eliminate Joreuz from the current biggest 1v1 tournament in Rocket League. Salt Mine 2 champion. Defeated. He beats Khaled in Fusion after Salt Mine 1. He beats Joreuz in the Gold Mine after Salt Mine 2. Just a warning to whoever wins Salt Mine 3. Fairy Peak is coming for you. He's not going to let you stay on top. And now it is definitely over. 4 seconds. Joreuz has to bow out. He's played well, but Fairy Peak was something else.
Johnny, I gotta come clean. I mean, yes, this is a great, a great time for Fairy Peak. He's done well. I just wanted to say, I actually don't think that Joreuz is a boring player at all. I think Tho's crazy.
Oh yeah, I want to make that very clear as well. I totally agree with you. Joreuz is one of the most exciting players. Listen, for the few people who may have missed the joke there, we are 100% joking when we call Joreuz plays boring. It is because his plays are the complete opposite of boring that I feel comfortable calling his plays boring on broadcast, because the joke must be so obvious. But just in case, want to make it absolutely clear, Joreuz, what a player, what an inspiration, an innovator. Well, Fairy Peak is just something else. He even beats Joreuz, who tried everything today, and it just wasn't enough. Joreuz makes a really, really sick aerial play and gets a goal out of it. Fairy Peak's always close. He's always in the area. It's not like Joreuz is just easily scoring. Obviously, if Joreuz started off this game with just a blistering aerial play and Fairy Peak was nowhere near it, then we'd see more of that from Joreuz, but hasn't been the case. Fairy Peak, every time, just he's showing Joreuz that he can hang with him in the air.
Oop, a little bit of violence, some pushing and shoving here from Fairy Peak. Has to back off slightly, but does have 100 boost now. What does Joreuz have? Oof. His ball control and landing and cuts off of those are just scary.
Yeah, he's got the moves, Joreuz. And he will probably focus in on the ground plays here, because this is going to give him more of a safe style of offense. Doesn't want to give any counterattacks to Fairy. Beautiful 50-50 there. Joreuz getting a solid impact on the ball while half flipping away from it so he can recover even faster. Yeah, like I said before, I still think we're going to Game 7 here. Joreuz needs to try and get as much momentum in this game as possible, though. You know, a crushing win would be ideal.
Fairy continues to eke out these economical goals with the slow rollers. That's got to be a bit frustrating in its own right, honestly.
For Joreuz,
yeah, if you're scoring all of these like insanely intricate, delicate touches.
Boring goals, yeah.
Yep.
Your opponent's just scoring exciting slow rollers constantly. It's demoralizing, you know. They all count for one. This is not basketball. We don't have the different, scores for different areas, different types of shots. If we did, though, then you can bet that slow rollers would be worth 2 points.
Patience and discipline there on the goal line by Fairy Peak.
Great dodge.
He knew that Joreuz was going to try to get a touch, knock it back in. Ooh.
Fairy Peak trying to nab the boost on the tightest turn there. Did end up missing it, but look at the confidence Fairy Peak has turning around and jumping up in the air for that ball. These are the moments that Joreuz is realizing that Fairy Peak will battle him in the air. He gets one past him though. So Joreuz wins this duel. But it's another reminder, Fairy Peak is, look how close he was to, matching Joreuz for speed there, even though Joreuz has a boost advantage. I can tell you for a fact, Joreuz will not feel like a heavy favorite in the air like he often does in 1v1.
Nice defense here by Fairy Peak. Joreuz
shot.
Accelerates the ball quickly there. The nice air roll shot catches Fairy Peak off guard. And just generally speaking, without boost.
Yeah, Fairy Peak, the only tell that Joreuz had to play off there was that Fairy Peak slowed down just briefly. Fairy Peak was kind of between two minds there. Will he go back to his goal line and try and react to the shot, or will he pretend that he's doing that, then turn around and rush challenge in. Oh, Joreuz has let this one through. I thought you would get something on this. Fairy Peak's flick just too fast.
Woo!
I think
Great
Joreuz,
placement, great angle there too.
yeah, Joreuz might have messed up there though. He leaned so far back and there was really no need to do that. I believe just jumping a bit earlier would have got the job done. And he'll have to suffer the consequences now. 1 goal lead is all he's got. And it might be about to be 0. Fairy Peak, has he got this? He has! Joreuz very close to saving it. But he rolled a bit too high on the 50-50 prior.
Incredible 50-50 there by Fairy Peak, and for a second there, I definitely had belief that Joreuz was actually going to save that, which is mind-boggling how he even got back in time to challenge that ball from going into the net.
It is crazy.
Fairy Peak is just looking so solid right now.
Yeah, it's insane. The confidence is just oozing from every play that he goes for, whether it's a challenge or a mind game or a shot. Fairy Peak is confidence personified.
Woo! Joreuz realizing his impending doom, backflips in the air, and it's just like, okay, you got me.
Yep, you didn't shoot when I thought you were going to. Oopsie daisy. This is, again, just so crazy. Fairy Peak about to eliminate Joreuz from the gold mine in the quarterfinals. I expected this to be a repeat of Salt Mine 2. It's looking like it's going to be a repeat of Fusion, with Joreuz only making top 8. You know, Fairy Peak deserves this right now. He's been on another level.
I could watch this all night.
Yeah, can we actually message Gold Rush? Can we make this the best of 77, please? Is that possible? We'll just like, we could trade in the casters. You know, we'll take a break when we get too tired from Joreuz boring plays, when it all becomes too much and we actually do fall into deep sleep, like you know, full-on sleep cycle. Then we can get some new casters to come in. But I think you guys together with us, we can make it through the night, and we'll wake up again in the morning. Fairy Peak and Joreuz will still be in eternal battle, and nobody will complain.
That's the timeline we're here for.
Yeah, just let Psyonix know we have to cancel the winter split. The Bet of the Broke League is taking a new turn. It's now Fairy Peak versus Joreuz. that is it.
That's the
Give
scene.
them all the money. It's for the best, everybody. Trust me. This is how Rocket League goes to the next level. Fairy Peak 6-4. He is
scrappy movement here from Fairy Peak.
It's just
Wave
so
dash
smart.
landing and flicked it in.
The perfect spacement, really, or spacing. He just keeps Joreuz away from the ball. Joreuz is in trouble. I can't believe it. We might not even get Game 7.
Oh, demo from Fairy Peak. Chases in, probably just killing a little bit of time here. Does have a 2-goal lead. Oh. Every time he gets close in a dribble, it seems like Joreuz is challenging early like that. I gotta imagine Fairy's gonna start making note of that. Great bump by Joreuz.
Wait.
He's missed.
What?
He's missed. His tournament life is on the line and he's missed. That's not a good sign.
Oh, Joreuz, that was the moment. What a bump. He just annihilated Fairy Peak on the turn, but he misses the open net. I mean, if this isn't proof that Joreuz is completely shaken by the level of play that Fairy Peak is currently producing, then I don't know what is. Fairy Peak, all he has to do is keep this ball moving. Every passing second is good for Fairy Peak. Only 50 left for Joreuz to work with. He still needs 2 goals.
Wow, Fairy Peak putting up a stonewall defense here as Joreuz goes onto the wall. Fairy Peak can't get this. That was his opportunity. Doesn't get the power that I thought he would on that ball. Now he's heading back. This ball's punted down the field by Fairy Peak. Joreuz going to be forced to make some very quick plays with this ball here shortly.
This could be it. All Fairy Peak needs is to get this ball moving. He might have the game here. Joreuz is in trouble. Fairy Peak up by 3. GG's from Joreuz. No way does he leave right now. There's no way. He has to give the multiple kickoff goal play a try. But that being said, I do think he's right. I think Fairy Peak's done it.
Can you believe it, chat?
Oh, you better.
The old man without mechanics has done it.
This is absolutely ridiculous. As if we needed a reminder that Fairy Peak is the greatest 1v1 player to ever play the game. He's come out of retirement just to eliminate Joreuz from the current biggest 1v1 tournament in Rocket League. Salt Mine 2 champion. Defeated. He beats Khaled in Fusion after Salt Mine 1. He beats Joreuz in the Gold Mine after Salt Mine 2. Just a warning to whoever wins Salt Mine 3. Fairy Peak is coming for you. He's not going to let you stay on top. And now it is definitely over. 4 seconds. Joreuz has to bow out. He's played well, but Fairy Peak was something else.
Johnny, I gotta come clean. I mean, yes, this is a great, a great time for Fairy Peak. He's done well. I just wanted to say, I actually don't think that Joreuz is a boring player at all. I think Tho's crazy.
Oh yeah, I want to make that very clear as well. I totally agree with you.